So here I am smiling, and this is like not a very smiley thing that I'm this song coming through. And I'm simultaneously also self-witnessing my creative process in hopes of writing a book on the creative feminine. We all have that, no matter what gender you are, but we all have the creative feminine. And I wanted to write about that as a multimodal maker with female biology, because I'm curious about that. How does my biology impact my work as a maker? Um, and this goes out to this woman at Penmar Therapeutic. And it's going to be an improvisation. I just have a few words and sort of a melodic line. I crossed over once, I crossed over twice, I crossed over more than I care to remember. So I'm feeling my body as I'm improvising in my body rather than conceptual. It's a body desire to repeat the verse, so I'm making that songwriter choice. I crossed over once, I crossed over twice, I crossed over more than I care to remember. And then I'm just going to read the words because my intuition is just saying read, don't sing. I want to take this song next and craft it in nature so that I can anchor what it is that I am setting the intention to shamanically shift within the planet as a planetator and within the system. I've been sent back for what I don't know, but I am here now before you. I crossed over once, I crossed over twice, I crossed over more than I care to remember. I pounded on that door, but I was too far gone to renege on what my soul promised. So down the tunnel I came, took root and was born into something I'm sure I did not bargain for. I crossed over once, I crossed over twice, I crossed over more than I care to remember. The cheers in her drawings, the poundings on the window of isolation, the old woman screams, the old woman pounds, let me out. Let me out. Let me out. So as a planet tender and a land advocate and an air advocate and a water advocate, this is in response to something I witnessed yesterday in a nursing facility that I went in to take art to visit a peer. And this older woman had come into the visiting room, and she wasn't supposed to be there, but it was really interesting. She deliberately sat next to myself and my peer, and I just felt like I had to capture this woman in a drawing, and I did like a 30-second sketch, and I gave it to my peer, and she added to the sketch. And then my peer was really savvy. She didn't need to take me to her room, but she walked me down the hall. And then I realized what this screaming and pounding that I had been hearing for 3 hours, because we went out at 4 o'clock because they were coming into the visiting room to use as a cafeteria, and I left at 7, and my peer wanted me to go by. And I will never forget the memory of this woman. No one came to visit her, in isolation for 3 hours, pounding to be let out. And my peer, after I left, she was put in isolation for a half an hour. And so this song is for all those, I'm crafting for all those that suffer in isolation, now that I've witnessed it. And we can have isolation on many levels. We can be alive and outside and feel free with the breeze, but we can feel a sense of being locked in isolation in our own freedom. So this also is being crafted for those who feel that sense of isolation. We all find freedom somehow, and we learn the skills. And you can tell it's quite emotional for me, so I'm going to distract myself by doing some homework for a while, and then have a good cry later. Okay, mahalo for listening.